Hi there, welcome to Formidable Academy. In this video, we're going to be looking at simple functions related to numbers, related to text, and counting functions, which will assist you with counting cells to say how many cells are having numbers, how many cells are blank, and such and such. So let's get to it, and I shall be also showing you some Excel tips as we go on. So let's say we have our first cell having just a 2. If we want to add or to execute any function inside the cell, the first thing we must click or put is an equals to sign, and then now you can dictate to say, are you writing 5 plus 9, like that? It will do it for you, or you can use other cells as a reference. So let's say we wanted to add 2 to the cell A1 here. So we're going to just click on A1, it will appear there, and then you can add 2 to it in that way. That's how you can do it. And if you want this function to occur for the next 8 more cells, you can just come to the corner of what you just did now and drag it to the bottom, and you realize that it does everything for you. So now that was the addition, and you can also come here at the bottom. Let's say you want the summation of everything we just did there. We write sum, open bracket, and then you can come and highlight the blocks which you want a summation of, and it can come back to give you an answer thereof. If you want to calculate the minimum out of all those numbers, you can come here, just execute the minimum function, do that, and that was we expected. We can also come and say we want the maximum. In that way, you just come, you have to remember to highlight the values you want to get the maximum of, and we realize that it is 20, and you can come back and get the average. So just don't forget to start by clicking on the equals to sign, highlight the number you want to have having execution executed by the function, and the function will do the rest. And then for some functions, some things are not as simple. For example, if you were to have a 6 here, and then you want to subtract 2 from the 6, you cannot have you don't have something like a subtract function. You just have to do it manual to say 6 minus 2, and then it will do it for you. And then let's say we had here, what can we have here? So like I want everything to go down very well. So let's say we had just multiples of 6 going down here. So we just do what we did here. So these are multiples of 6. Voila, very nice. And then what you did here when you said 6 minus 2, this cell knows what you did. If you can come here, because there is a blank space here, you have an option to say, you can hold on to the right here, right bottom end of the cell, and drag it to have the operation done on everything. Or you can come here, instead of dragging it, if the Excel sheet is too long, you will drag for too long, you can come here and double click. Only if it will do the function of dragging it for you until it meets a blank cell. So this is something to know, to say it will drag everything you did until it meets a blank cell. So make sure you don't have blank cells in your multiple equations or lists. If there is a blank, go fill it with a number 0, and then you can do this function operation easily, but be aware of what will happen to that 0. So the suggestion, don't have any blanks, and your calculations will have no problems. So this will be the same thing when you are doing your your division and multiplication. And then the other thing I might love to show you whilst we are here is that everything is named here your functions. You can also click on more functions and can show you functions you can execute, and then it can also show you other functions. For example, let's now like try to look at mathematical functions as we're still in this mathematical function. Let's take you want to get the cos of each of any of these values. You can come here. Let's see how you execute the cos. You can come here in your functions toolbox. I can say functions like library. You have them all written out for you, so you can now look for cos here, and once you find cos, you can see to say cos. I can't see it, but cos is just cos. Okay, here's it. You can click on it and execute it in that way, and then it gives you an option to say give the number. The number is an angle in radians. Just be aware of such to say when working with trigonometric functions, your numbers will come in radians. Let's see if there is a function which allows you to convert something into an angle. I can't see that. Okay, let's see radians. Oh, we have something which can convert something to from degrees to radians for you. These are things you have to always keep on trying. As I'm doing it now, I'm showing you to say you can try out something. If it doesn't work, go look into the library and see if you can find something relevant. So now let's say we want everything in column C to be converted into angles. So you can come click on it like this, and then it changed this 4 into radians, and then double click on the bottom right corner to apply to everything. What is it doing? Okay, let's just drag it if it's taking time to do what we want. And then now we can come here and do what? We can come here to say we wanted to implement cos. We can say cos, and then we now know to say this angle is in radians, and then when we do that, we get our answer, and then we can drag that to see out everything if it works out well. I see numbers which are the same from here onwards, which might be a red flag to me. So always use your hand calculator to confirm whatever you see here. There might be a mistake in your conversions, mistakes in your previous calculations. So don't just trust the software. It is accurate. Just have to make sure that whatever you input it correctly. It doesn't make mistakes. You make the mistakes. Always confirm with hand calculations to make sure that whatever you punched in is what you thought you were doing. And then let me show you some simple text functions. So let's say here in this cell, we had the text Formidable Academy. So now you can get the first 3 letters on your left by using the function left, and then you just come click on the cell which contains the letters, and then you say how many letters you want, and in that way. Okay, let's just close it off. Let's make sure we close it off. I hope I'm implementing the right way. What is it saying? There is a problem in the calculation. Okay, let me see how I fix that. But this is it says you must give us the text and then give us the number of characters you wish to extract. Okay, let's see if we can redo this quickly. So C14. Okay, let's confirm if our formidable text is written on C14. It is on C14, so we can say equals to left, and then you come here to say text, and then we are using the wrong comma. So be aware, always come here to look into which kind of comma are you using in your Excel. You might be using a comma or a semicolon. Be aware of such. It will save you time. You see, now we wanted the first 3 alphabets. If you want the first 5 alphabets, you can see there we go. And in the same way, you can come and extract the last 5 alphabets by saying right, and then click on your whatever you want, the sentence or characters you want to be extracting for. and then you just say 5 characters, and then you can take the last 5 characters for you. And then it can also take alphabets which are in the middle of a sentence or in the middle of a full word. So to do that, you say equal, and then you say mid, and then you specify to say which text are you looking at, where are you starting. Let's say we are starting at character number 5. How many characters do you want to extract? 4. Okay, let's say 3. Let's close that. I see eventually I have a problem. My commas are wrong there. They have to be semicolons, just like that. And then you have your extracted text given out to you in that way. And then now let's look into the counting functions, which will count cells for you. So let's say now we want to count how many cells are these. You can come here and say equals to, and then count. When you say count, also look at this. Whenever you write something and you haven't finished the function, it has suggestions for you. And when you click on the suggestions, it also explains to you to say what does it do. Count the number of cells in a range of contained numbers. So if we say count and then we supply these numbers, this range can tell to say it's 10 numbers. Let's say now we say count A. It counts the cells which are not empty, and if you come to this, there is no empty cell. And then we say count blank. It will count the blank cells in the provided range. So let's start at the bottom here. You will see that we have this cell empty and this cell empty. We're expecting a 2 for an answer. There we go, we have a 2 for an answer. Last thing to note when using functions is that as you complete the function, let's say we say sign, and then we go with, it tells you to say it needs a number. Let's look for a more difficult function. I want to explain something. Okay, let's go in there. So it tells you to say what's the first thing it wants in it, to say it wants some logic test. It wants the value if true. So it tells you which step, which point of you completing the function are you at, to say now it's looking for the value it must provide if true. Now looking for the value it must provide if false. So this will allow you to remind yourself to say what is needed where, and how can I make it possible for this function to work the way I wish it to work. From me, your Formidable Academy tutor, that was all I can say about basic functions in Excel. Keep well. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, tell your friends to tell their friends about Formidable Academy. Thank you very much.